Suraya says, can you please tell me how long a couple can be in a fight and not talk to each other? This is an issue that has what may seem to us conflicting evidences. One, Allah says, I think it's in verse 34, chapter 4, Surah An-Nisa, about abandoning the disobedient wife in bed. And this can go for a month or two if she's disobedient. And we have another hadith where the Prophet says it is not permissible for a man not to talk with another Muslim man for more than 3 days. So now we have what seems to be a contradiction. What is the right thing to do? And how can we understand this? Well, scholars say that in worldly matters, when I have a dispute with a brother, a friend, over something that is worldly, and we fight, it is permissible for me to vent for 3 days, not to talk to him, not to see him, not to give him salam. But after the 3 days are over, it is a duty, an obligation to go and reconnect. When I see him, I have to go and say, Assalamu alaikum. If he says Assalamu alaikum, I have to reply, Wa alaikum salam. Otherwise, we both are sinful for not exchanging salam. And the best among us is the one who begins, initiates. But in things that are related to deen, to religion, to upbringing, to caring for one's religious duties, then the 3 days are not limited to that. For example, the Prophet ﷺ, when the 3 of his great companions did not go and march with him in the Ghazwa of Tabuk, in the Battle of Tabuk, and he came back and they did not come with him. So they said, we did not have an excuse, we were just lazy. He ordered all the Muslims to boycott them totally, not to speak to them, not to give them salam for 50 days. So this is excluded from the 3 days warranty period or whatever it is called. Also, if a person's wife is disobedient and he is trying to bring her back to track to save the marriage, and he tried all of different ways, and the last thing he could do is not to talk to her, to give her the silent treatment. In this case, it is permissible. If someone's brother or son is doing drugs or doing something illegal and haram, he advises him, he does not listen. And he boycotts him. He doesn't speak to him for a week, 10 days, a month. For this reason, this is permissible, providing that there are positive consequences. But if you know for sure that not talking to them would not take you anywhere, in this case you have to look for other means and ways, and Allah Azza wa Jalla knows best. How long can a man stay away from his wife? Does this impact their nikah? A lot of the people, especially from the subcontinent, think that if a man does not meet his wife for like 3 years, 4 years, then the marriage contract is dissolved automatically. And this is baseless. Once the marriage contract is conducted, then it cannot be broken unless one of them dies, unless there is a divorce, khul', or separation. Forced separation by the Muslim ruler due to one of the spouses committing apostasy, many reasons within the power of the Muslim ruler or the Muslim judge. Which means that if a man marries a woman and he goes to a foreign country and stays there for 20 years without them communicating or coming to contact, without the woman seeking khul' from the Muslim authorities in her country, without the man divorcing, and they come after 20 years, they're still man and wife without any problem. So this concept of a marriage being broken or affected if they don't meet one another or they don't have any intimacy is totally baseless, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best. How is a wife supposed to reply back to her husband during arguments? Or is she supposed to talk in a respectful manner even when she's angry? First of all, marriage is not based on calculations, 1 + 1 = 2. It is a combination of feelings, emotions, circumstances, and traumas, and previous experiences, and future experiences, and the likes. Hence, it's not one size that fits all. And it would be illogical to ask a woman to be as submissive as a slave to her husband. Because as we see, and I encounter this a lot in counseling sessions, men are not perfect, infallible individuals. They have their flaws, they have their shortcomings. So why would you expect your wife to be someone who's perfect when you're not? It doesn't make any sense. And besides, arguments, fights, bickering, sometimes they're needed in a marriage as we need salt and pepper and spices. So we can't ask a woman to suppress her feelings and to hold back and not to sometimes explode or express her emotions when her husband is frequently doing the same mistake and not fulfilling her rights. Having said that, we at the same time do not encourage women to be rebellious or disrespectful, because respect between the spouses, from the wife and from the husband, is an essential element of a successful marriage. The moment respect is absent, then inevitably separation and divorce will take place sooner or later. We can't live with people that don't respect us. Yes, I can tolerate one incident, couple of incidents here and there, but when this is a consistent behavior of disrespecting, being ungrateful, nagging and complaining and criticizing 24/7, this is not a life. And when a man is so controlling that the woman cannot breathe, you don't go to your family, you don't see your friends, nobody comes to our home, you're not allowed to go out, you're not allowed to have any communication on the phone, no social media. What is this? It's your mistake accepting him to treat you like this. Then don't complain. But life is not going to go on. It's a matter of time before you burst and explode. And then the inevitable is going to happen. So respect is essential. But even in the household of the Prophet himself, ﷺ, sometimes there were arguments and bickering. Sometimes there were disputes, and the wives of the Prophet ﷺ were not satisfied for one reason or the other. Definitely it's not something from the Prophet's side, it's from theirs. But regardless, the issue did exist, and there were disputes and things that would cause friction in the marriage. How the Prophet dealt with it? With respect